Look at what I have. This is Pink Christmas from our friends at Stamperia, and Heidi has been having a great time. Wait till you see what she's got. Come on, come play with us. So before we get started, let me just show you each of the products. Now, I'm not going to flip through this because you can see that on the product page, but this is the 12 by 12 paper pack. It's got tons of die cuts. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to do this, but now I'm doing it. So you can see, remember this one, that's an envelope. That's going to be the last project. So lots of beautiful, beautiful art, as you would expect, and 49 chipboard die cuts. That's great. You're going to see a project using that. We also have rice paper. Now this is the Pink Christmas rice paper, and this is the Rounds Pink Christmas, so you can see that. Wonderful things. And then there is this chipboard, just a beautiful look, and I thought the roses went perfectly with the paper. So let's get into our project. So we'll get in closer and let me show you. Isn't this beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. Okay, what did Heidi do? Well, you can see that she used the chipboard, and she used this with first of all putting it onto a craft sheet and tapping it with the watermark ink pad, whether that's Versamark or Wow embossing powder or even the one from Crafter's Companion, any of those. So just tap it thoroughly, and then she went into the Park floral collection. Now this gives us 3 embossing powders, and she used the azalea because you can see the pink, and that is what she has used on top of this. Certainly just heat it with your melt it with your heat gun, and isn't that stunning? Just really, really gorgeous. Now let me tell you some other things that are going on. I just thought that was so exciting. She has taken our oval doilies. Now, I think there's 20 or 15 in a package, and she took one and cut it into quarters. And that's what I've already done for you. Here we go. Okay, like that. Just cut it into quarters. Cut it in half, and then cut it in half again. Then each of these pieces is going to get inked, and Heidi used 2 of the brand new Prism ink pads. These are dye-based inks, and let me just show you. I'll just do it on one, okay? And so she did 2 colors. She wanted to get a hint of the pink. So this is the Dusky Rose. Now there's another pink that she's going to be using in this segment. You could also use that. So just kind of tapping it over, and you only have to go on the outside edge because that's the only part that you're going to see in the card. Then she went back over it with roasted coffee. Now roasted coffee is going to dull that down. There you go. You can just see what's happening. And if you want more brown to show, you can just do more of it, your choice. And then what she has done is she's taken one paper from the book, from the pad, and covered her card. And then she has layered the inked doilies, so like this. And then the next one tucked under. Let's see, so it's going to go at an angle so the edges, the cut edges don't show. And it's going to go like that. Put that underneath. And that's going to be that piece. Then she has taken another piece of the paper and torn the edge and glued that down. Now for the other piece of the doily, she has taken this and put it behind the chipboard. That way all you're going to see is this inked edge. You see that right there? Okay. Then that goes also behind the chipboard, and that gets glued down. Then some of the cutouts that are in the book, those get placed, and then she took one of the rows and also put embossing powder on that. Just many layers and just beautiful. Now the other thing that she's added is from our Christmas Greetings Dazzles. Now this has got 420 greetings. it's got the script greetings, but it also has the tiny words greetings. So you can see that they are all going to be in black and gold and silver and red and green. So that's just going to give you a lot of things for Christmas. Gold is what she chose right here. In fact, this pack has been used on many projects for today. So you can see just a beautiful card, but a really different look for Christmas. And I think that's really a fun thing to have, don't you? Oh yes, and there is a pink ribbon from our light pink ribbon set, so that gets us started. Okay, you ready for more that's new and fun? Well, look at this. In fact, I think this is the first time we've shown it. So we came up with the idea of, wouldn't it be fun to have chipboard circles? They would have a hole in them. What a great surface to make Christmas ornaments. But then we also wanted to have scalloped ones that you could layer underneath, or you could use it individually. So of course Heidi has used both of them for this project. And the other thing that she's used is the round rice paper. And you can see this is the one that she's chosen. Now all of these will fit into the 3-inch. And I really like the way that Heidi did it. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the steps. It's really pretty simple, but I really wanted to just tell you about it. So for her back piece, she used that, the Wow or the Versamark watermark stamp pad. Okay, blanked on that for a moment, but I'm back. And then she also used that same azalea out of the Par Floral set of embossing powders. So that is how she did the base. Okay, now this one, in order to attach the rice paper, all you'll need to do is take your craft sheet, put a little bit of the Cosmic Shimmer down, and spritz a couple of spritzes of water. Pick it up with a paintbrush and put that mixture on your chipboard. Then place the paper down and then do a little bit over the top of it too. So that way you have it right there on the chipboard. Now, you can trim off the edge, or you can simply turn it over to the back, whichever you like. And the other things that Heidi has done, you see the sparkles? Of course you see the sparkles, and I bet you know exactly what that is. That, my friends, is diamond dust. And if you don't have any, you're going to want to get some for the Christmas season. Now, it comes in a container that's got 3 ounces, which is a ton of it, by the way. But if you're going to go whole hog, there is a 14-ounce container. So you decide what's going to work best for you. This is another product that you're going to want to use your Cosmic Shimmer glue. Just place the glue where you want the sparkle to happen. And then you're going to take your diamond dust. It is cut glass. No, you're not going to get cut with it. But when you sprinkle it on, then tap it down into the glue. Then pour the rest of it back into the container, and you will have a look exactly like this. Of course, the glue is going to dry clear, and the diamond dust is just going to sparkle like crazy. And this, just to let you know, this project has been, well, first it was sent from Wisconsin here. Then I've had it in my office in a sheet protector, rummaging around, and it's still, nothing has fallen off. It's just absolutely beautiful. And you can determine where you want that shimmer and shine to be. Now, the other thing that she has done is she wanted to add, just a little bit more. So she went with our the flat back pearls and turned that reindeer into Rudolph with a red nose. And then she's also added the ballet slipper garden petals, and there they are. This is the flamingo pixie petals. By the way, the pixie petals are such a perfect size for these ornaments. But I also liked the garden petals. That was a surprise to me. Now, she used the red ribbon to create her bow and the hanger. So there's the hanger right there. And that hanger just slipped right through the chipboard because it has a hole in it. And there we go, a lightweight ornament that's pretty spectacular. Now, on this sheet of rounds, you have 6 of them. So that's going to work nicely too. You can do lots of different things with them. Okay, ready to move on? Don't forget circles and scallop. They're really, really neat. Oh, by the way, they're exclusively here at paperwishes.com. Now, Heidi also wanted to use the second piece of rice paper. She applied it the same way, exactly the same way. Squeeze out the cosmic shimmer, spritz it with water, mix it up. But this time, she had first cut 2 pieces of cardstock, and she cut them both using our 10 square and scallop dies because they're nested, and you know that when you cut one, you can then cut a scalloped piece to match it, and that's exactly what she's done. Now, the piece that is, it's on a 5-inch square card, so she's first taken her 5 by 6.5-inch card, trimmed it down to 5 inches, and then did some inking around the edge. And this one is using the pink jelly bean. So that's going to work very nicely. You can see it's a lighter shade. And then she's got the cardstock. But then the square piece, she has also applied the whatever area you want. Now, she chose the deer, but boy, I think those roses would be beautiful. This would be just lovely. Down here would be pretty too. The nice thing about rice paper is you can collage pieces together and they just kind of blend. Use the same technique with the glue and water and paintbrush and just apply that to your cardstock or your chipboard, whatever you want. So you can see that she placed this area of the rice paper on top of the chipboard. Cut the edges, or again, just fold them back and attach them with the same glue mixture. And you are seeing that sparkle, aren't you? Yes, that is diamond dust. Just around the edges and going between the antlers and right along the back of the reindeer. This is part of that same Christmas Greetings Dazzles with Believe. Now, before she attached this piece, she wrapped the light pink ribbon and knotted a bow right there. This again is more of the flamingo pixie petals. You can see just what a nice size that is. And on the inside of this card, oh, I forgot to tell you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell you. This is a twisted easel card. I am so sorry. Okay, can we go back just a second? We're going to take that 5-inch square card. We're going to score it from the upper right to the bottom left and then fold it. Now, when you're gluing that scalloped piece and the square piece, you're just gluing it to the bottom. You're not gluing it over here either, okay? You forgive me? I'm really sorry. I forgot about that. Okay, now you know I'm not perfect. Now, on the inside of the card, here is where she has used some of the, actually, she has used the rice paper, exactly what I was talking about. Hooray for her. You see this piece? Well, she used that right here, and then she added this piece right there. Very fun. So thank you, Heidi. I didn't see that when I first looked at your card. And again, she's inked it around the edge. She's got her cardstock cut. And then she's added more of those garden petals, flowers, and of course some light pink ribbon. There you go. Now let me show you. Let me show you perfectly. It is a twisted easel. Very nice. I got so excited by the projects, I forgot to tell you about that. Okay. Like it? I love it. Okay, we've got one more. I've got 2 more. I lied. Okay. Now, we saw the die cuts, and you know there's 49 of them. And what Heidi has done, this again is a 5-inch card. The fold is up here this time, And then she took the front of the card and folded it in half to make an easel, a regular easel, not the twisted kind. So what she's done is she has cut the border paper so that she's got a piece here and a piece to go on this flap. And the measurements are in the gallery, just down below. She's also placed some of the fancy border dazzles. Now this has, let me see, I think it's got, 60, something like that, of the dazzles, and they're in black, white, gold, silver. You can see that she's added gold right here, and it just fits inside the card. What she's done is when she's cut these papers, she's allowed them to be smaller than the card so that the card becomes the mat around that paper, and I think it's just a really good look. Look at the size of that die cut. It spans the whole card, and he is glued right there on top of that piece of paper. There is a second cutout that's right here that's been glued on top, and then a red bow that is was used earlier in the project. On the inside, this is one of the papers, so of course the chipboard is going to match perfectly. And we've got two other pieces of chipboard. This very lovely Merry Christmas wreath, and then this cute little stamp of Christmas mail down at the bottom. Both of them have ribbons attached, and that is just a really fast, really special card. Very, very nice. Okay, I have one more. And remember in the paper, when I was flipping through about the die cuts, I said to remember this. Well, that is a pocket. And what Heidi has done is she has cut that out, and look what she's done. Now, she has taken this, when it was flat, she brought the bottom up and then the sides in, okay? And that's one way to do it. So she's done that. And then the top is going to come down. But look what's holding it down. This is one of the cutouts in the book. And she has edged this with gold embossing powder. So again, you're going to use your watermark ink pad and just go right around the edge and then put your gold embossing powder, tap off the excess. And I love how she just attached it on each side, not in the middle, because the middle has to be left empty so it can hold that point of the envelope. Really clever idea. Now, that gilding that she did it for the pieces that are on the inside, and she's attached them all together with ribbon. But each of them has some of the same things going on. All of them are gilded with gold embossing powder. All of them have that diamond dust. It's addictive. They all have the Christmas greetings, and they all have some of the flamingo pixie petals. So there's one of the cutouts from the book. There is another. And isn't it nice that they're double-sided? You can see peace down here, the snow around that church. And then this is one of the square pieces that creates the base. And love is down there in the dazzle with the flower. This has peace, and this has joy. And she's kept them together. They just slip right in the envelope. Tuck the ribbon in and put the tip of that envelope right there. And what a very sweet card, perfectly sized for gift cards too. So that is another thing that you can make with this wonderful paper pack. So we've got Stamperia Pink Christmas, we've got the 2 rice papers, you've got the chipboard, and you've got the die cuts, and you've got Heidi's ideas. What could be better? And really, go down below. If you're watching this on paperwishes.com, you can see all the instructions, all the measurements. You don't have to guess. We'll show it all to you. And if you are watching this on YouTube, please come over to paperwishes.com, because on the right-hand side, there's a money saver, and you can get a discount on all of these goodies. Plus, you're going to see all of those instructions. Thank you so much for joining us. We absolutely love having you here and having you as part of the Paper Wishes family.